see if this is working. Hopefully this is working. Of course. Uh-huh. Is it working? All right, well, that seems to be working there. Now, let's see if I can get it to work over here. Anybody on here yet? No? Okay, good. All right, there's 3 people watching. All right, good. Hey, there's Tony. All right. So I apologize. The link that I put on there was to an old fucking video. So yeah, what are you gonna do? All right. So hopefully more people will start. Oh, yep, there's 5 watching now. All right. So who all is out there? Is it just Tony? I see you there, Tony. Gonna wait for a couple more people to get on here and I'll start saying some stupid shit. need to make sure that this is working properly. I'm going to update the actual thing here. I don't know how to update it. Aha. All right. Well, let's see. Let's hope that people come on here. Okay. How you doing? I'm doing good there, Tony. All right. And then Smoochie. Hey, there. That's. I'm assuming that is Tad. That it doesn't shock you that bullshit happened. Yeah. I tested it like 20 friggin' times and it always worked until, of course, now. But that's fine. That's fine. So don't worry. This quality is not going to be the quality of the show. However, the show is going to be in standard definition. I'll be releasing the high definition version at the same time. So if you're bored with the standard definition version, you can watch the other one. But the standard definition one we can chat during, and it's and it doesn't have commercials, so that's good. What's that for, Tad? Yeah, I'm waiting for your answer. I'm looking at. There's a computer over here that I'm looking at while I run the shit over here. Standard? Oh, fuck you with your standard. I have you have low standards. I'm wearing my Man Cave Chronicles podcast T-shirt right now. Hopefully he'll show up. Cool. Say something, you fuckers. It's gonna be a long half hour. But I've got stuff that I'm going to talk about. But I'm going to wait until everybody gets the new link and actually joins onto this damn thing. It's supposed to be like some 50 some odd people, but they're going to the wrong place. So hopefully they get updated. Hey Stephanie, can you share the new link that I just put out? I've got the lovely Stephanie over here. I don't know where it is. Ah, you're welcome. All right, so you're catching a kids show, so entertain me before I kill myself. You're teaching a kids show? I can't entertain anybody that's teaching a kids show. What what kids show are you doing? Oh, you are actually teching. Ah, got it. Stage managing. Got it. All right, that makes more sense. I would not let any of my children be taught by you. So, just so you're wondering, I'm in Lola's art experience, which is a very which is ironic because I have the Lola song about a transvestite, and now I do marketing here at Lola's Art Experience, where we make a bunch of pottery. But we paint pottery. They paint pottery. I don't paint shit. Yeah, come on. I'm not Roy Moore. No, I've been working all week, so I'm not up with the news. Who the fuck is Roy Moore? Is he that senator that got caught groping? Yeah, that's Tad. I don't know why he's a Smoochie fan. I mean, how old is that fucking movie? You should have something like an Evil Dead picture on your profile that you haven't changed in a month or in a year. He is one up for election and is accused of being a pedophile. Well, he probably is. Chances are he's up for election. But I mean, look what we got in office now. I mean, he's probably still got a chance. Honestly. He's from Alabama. Well, okay, well, I mean, then no one's surprised, right? I live surprisingly close to Alabama now. I live like 20 minutes away from Mississippi. It's weird. I'm in the South. It's a it's a strange place. I've seen probably 20 rebel flags, Confederate flags. People are waving them around. What's up, Tony? Yeah, you only live 8 hours from me. I know. I haven't been out there to visit yet. And you live right next to my stepdad. Have you met him yet? Probably not. You have no idea who he is. I know. I got to get out there. It's 8 hours. I mean, that's nothing. It's like going to San Francisco from L.A. Alabama, where the legal age is about the same as in the Middle East. So he's not a pedophile. He's just a regular old dude. Something about child brides? Oh, never mind. That's not Mormon country. That's Utah. All right, okay. I'm an asshole. All right, so since it's about 10 minutes in, I wanted to do a little shout out to, oh wait, what's this? Bring Steph and let's party it up in Claremont, where every place closes at 9. I'm sorry, I never learned to read. Oh, no, I've been to Claremont. I grew up in Fuck that. She says fuck that. She's been to Claremont. She grew up in Florida. We don't go to places where they close at 9. Okay, so we live in a place where everything closes like now. Like nothing's open now. Except Applebee's. Oh, okay. So that's the spot. That's the hopping spot is Applebee's. Well, they do have a bar. They set the bar low. Stupid. I'm an idiot. Okay. All right. So I want to do a special thanks to all the Indiegogo contributors that helped me make this goddamn thing. So first one being Tad Kincaid. Thank you very much. All right. Who else we got? Jeff Bennett. Alexandra Ottaway, who I've never met, but she kicked in a shitload. Yeah, it was pretty good. Then we got Elias from the Man Cave Chronicles. Once again, got the T-shirt. Not much, just work. Though I did treat myself on Black Friday. Once you go black, you never go back. Friday. All right, then Arthur McClin, aka Dr. Love, he kicked down some money and helped me make this damn thing. Christine Belitho. Stephanie's best friend. She helped out quite a bit. My brother, Tig Steele. Tig Steele, that's my brother. We both have really weird names. Maggie Hess, she kicked in a lot. And then, of course, Justin, her boyfriend, who kicked in next to nothing. Thanks, Justin. Thanks a lot. Hey, Christine, how's it going? All right. Good. There's more people here. All right. Let's see who else. Lee Francis. Lee Francis, we couldn't have made the show without him. He's been very helpful every step of the way. My good buddy Jeff Campbell, you know him as Dr. Delicious. He put in some money. The gorgeous Stephanie Takagawa. That was disturbing. Your friendly neighborhood Fred Pool. That is how he is credited on the thing, is the friendly neighborhood Fred Pool. So there we go. And of course, our awesome executive producer Pejman, who really made the fucking show happen. Without him, it wouldn't happen. All right, so Smoochie said something else here. I mean Tad. What did he say? Hey, you have 6 people now. At least 2 more people who saw the last Evil Dead show at Bally's. Fuck yeah. But I think Bruce Campbell was one of them. And I heard he got pissed at Danny Ballard. I wonder why. You said my name wrong, but I'll let it pass for now. Am I saying her name wrong? Christine Belitho? Possibly. I don't think Stephanie knows how to say your name. And Tony said LOL. And I'm sure he says hi to you, Stephanie. She's off to the side because she looks like a drowned rat right now. She's horrible. She's a hag raven. She looks like a hag raven. No one can say it right. Okay, it's okay. All right. So Christina said that no one can say it right. Love you, nerds. Oh, we love you too. Anybody that doesn't know, when we went to the Hollywood Wax Museum, or the Wax Museum out in Vegas, and all those pictures with the weird people in there, she was one of the weird people. Hi, Steph. Miss you more than Chris, says Tad, and he's yeah, it's pretty typical. Most people do. She's the pretty one. It's true. It is true. Yeah, and she does have bigger tits. Although I don't know, my tits are getting there. Oh, better tits. Yes, she definitely has better tits. All right. I guess I'll say a little something about why I made the show. So I wanted to do the stand up thing for a long time, and I was just going to do it as like a blog, but anybody that's seen my editing knows that I don't do blogs. I do ridiculous stuff. Uh, and that's always what I was gonna say. What's the first episode about? All right. The first episode is kind of not like the others because it's more of an introduction episode. It's a lot of composition. You get basically it's telling you who the fuck I am. So it's a big sizzle. It's a big demo reel for me. Is all it really is. No, but the first one lets you get to know who I am. But then after that, like the second one, tackles taking the bullet and also process of like comedy writing and stuff. The third one is all about bombing because that entire week that I was filming those shows, I bombed every single fucking night. And then the fourth one is using your talents, and that's one where I'll play the Lola song. And the fifth one is what the hell is the fifth one about? I don't know. It's written up over here. The fifth one is oh yeah, the rules of comedy. So it goes over all the different rules of comedy. And I mean, not all of them. There's a million different rules, but what's this? Did you make a 9/11 joke? Probably. I probably did. No, I want to do the too soon. And always remember, never forget. Too soon. Yes, exactly. Too soon. It, when when is it not too soon? What's the threshold? Is it 20 years? Because I mean, we were making Katrina jokes right when it happened, but that wasn't my fault. We had a director that wanted us to say stuff, and we're like, dude, you're an asshole. So I think it's never too soon. You got to be good though. You got to be good. I'm seeing a delay over here. It's weird. All right. Let's see. So, what's this episode about? Okay. Oh yeah, and then so I wanted to do these 30 years tops. You show us how to be a star the Louis C.K. way. Yes, I do teach you how to masturbate in front of people. Um, it's pretty standard in the comedy industry. He was just towing the line, really. Um, Poor bastard. Look at that's a weird thing, Louis C.K. I mean, he was like, I haven't seen someone get brought down that was at the very top of an industry before. So that's kind of weird. I wonder how it's gonna affect everything. Anyway, it's sad because anybody that's seen my stand-up knows that there's a lot of Louis C.K. influence in that, and now he's nowhere to be found. I have a feeling he's jumping off a cliff somewhere, so that's all right. Okay, but anyway, so I was originally going to do these as like 11-minute shows or something like that, just webisodes. But there was just too much content, so I made them all full half-hour shows. They're all 22 minutes. So there's it's a real show, and it's going to be available on Amazon, Vimeo, and a lot of VOD, video on demand services. I'm still trying to attack Netflix, but those people are so hard to get a hold of. It's never going to happen. But it's okay because he asked permission each time. Yes, he did. He asked permission each time. He held him hostage with his dick, but at least he asked permission. And he also did apologize immediately once it came out. Like, okay, well, he apologized immediately as soon as it was undeniable, I guess. So, yeah. I'd say of all the big sexual assault things going on right now, his is kind of like the most murky. Because yeah, I mean he didn't touch anybody. He asked everybody's permission, but at the same time, if he's like a big wig in your industry, you're gonna do what he says. So I mean I don't know. Louis C.K. jacked off in a bush, and now Groot is a superstar. Held him hostage with his dick. I'm stealing that. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yeah. So So, so Groot is the illegitimate son of Louis C.K. I like that. I'm gonna go with that. All right. It's terrible. All right, so we've got 10 more minutes. Damn it. Give me some content. What are we talking about? I'm just going to sit here. I like my chair. You like my chair? It's pretty nice. All right. So there's going to be shows every week and for 5 weeks. I'm doing a half season. I'll do another half season in May, assuming that anybody actually fucking watches it. Scotty is dating Linda now. Like, which Scotty? You or your other Scotty? Because Scotty's always seemed to date Linda's. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you. You're dating Linda from your show? Because I'm dating a Linda too. Did you know that? Actually, I'm marrying a Linda. The best one. Yep. All right. What's the girl's name? Let's put her on blast. Let's do it. I keep watching myself like do something that I did a minute ago, and it's throwing me right off. Yep. Okay, haha, not going to happen. Oh, yeah, you're not telling me her name? I can look it up. I got a computer right here. Who played Linda in the back? Actually, I heard that your show was pretty good, and you had an actual cellar in the floor, so I'm proud of you for that. Something we couldn't have had. So what's her name? Come on, give me a name. Put a picture on here, like a sexy lingerie picture or something. Tony, what are you up to? Wait, hold on, we got something here. By the way, if you're not careful, I'm going to steal your Linda one of these days. That's what Christine says.
Oh, well, that's possible.
And she says, "Oh, well, that's possible." Yeah,
If it
yeah.
was somebody else, I could just be like, no. Christine's pretty special.
She said if it was someone else, she'd be like, "No, but Christine's pretty special." That's all right. I'm a cameraman. If you guys end up doing something, I have exclusive film rights. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, they want us to bring it back every year. Yeah, we're probably gonna do it out here in October. Well, we'll work it out. All right, cool. All right. So we might have a new film gig with you and Christine. She made very sensual sexual gestures just now. I was shocked and odd. You guys have any questions about the show? Oh boy! No, we're really stretching time over here. Maybe I should have gone on 15 minutes before the show and not 30. Before the show that no one can find now because it was at the wrong link. But that's all right. 6 people found it. That's fine. What was the best thing about filming? Ah, okay. I'd say probably the not the shows themselves, because like that's always the nerve-wracking part, but probably right after the show when we're hanging out with the other comics and stuff. That was always where we got the funnest stuff. Not much work, mostly occasional appearances as a stormtrooper. Oh yeah, in case you didn't know, Tony is part of the 501st, I believe is what it is, where he plays a stormtrooper. He's actually they're like sanctioned by Lucasfilms and everything. So whenever you see a stormtrooper in Vegas, it's one of Tony's crew. They pack in heat. What was the hardest thing about filming? Stephanie, what was the hardest thing about filming the show?
Getting you to stand still and shut up.
Oh, getting me to stand still and shut up. Yeah. Yeah, you'll see that in the show where I'm just like rocking back and forth. I don't think anybody here really saw me when I first started at Evil Dead and I sucked. But that's how most of this is just me sucking for a while. and just kind of pacing around and doing nervous laughter and stuff. So I get better as time goes on, but you'll see it's it was tough. And also you can watch all the full uncut shows. I'll put links on them under each of the episodes. Which I mean, I would advise against it. When I cut it together in the show, it's much easier to watch. But when you see the whole thing, you're like, oh my god. Best or favorite gig? My favorite room was Asmara restaurant. Asmara, it's an Ethiopian restaurant, but they have a guy there named Juggling Taxi, and he's such an oddball that he made it really fun and goofy, and so no one could be like an asshole because a lot of the comedy community is a bunch of assholes, in all honesty. But because he was so goofy and he started it out with like a weird improv thing, it was always uh, it was always really fun and really supportive. And he would like stand up in the middle of your set and take pictures of you and like interrupt you and stuff like that. So all the comedians had to kind of be on their feet and think on their toes, which is actually something I'm good at. I'm not good at the stand up part, but I'm good at the thinking on my toes part. Let's see. I did see your first appearance, or at least some of your early appearances as Ash. Oh yeah, Tony, you probably did see some early shitty. How bad was I, Tony? And then while he's getting to that, my favorite gig was probably at uh, Jokesters Comedy Club out in the D. Because it was big. I did really well, and then right after I went off, they had George Wallace come up, and George Wallace did a set. So he got to see me do a set. I kind of killed it a little bit, and then he shut it down right afterward. It was really fun, and then I got to meet him afterwards and shake his hand and everything. Uh, very shitty. What's very shitty, Tad? Oh my. You probably forgot everything. Oh yeah, yeah. No, actually, I only missed probably 20 lines. But yeah, that was another one where I was nervous and pacing around, and also I hunched like this. Like having to do Evil Dead made me actually stand up straight finally. So it fixed my posture, hopefully for life. And yeah, I pretty much forgot everything the first night. It was sad. Not too bad. I've seen. Oh, okay. So Tony's seen worse. That's right. I think I had the character down, but everything else was gone. Like I could do kind of the Bruce Campbell thing, but everything like I had no presence. I was not a hero. None of that stuff. But at least I basically remembered the lines and blocking, and kind of acted like Bruce Campbell. So that's what I had going for me. Oh yeah. We got 4 minutes. Well, we can fill this with 4 minutes. Come on now. Someone left. Oh no, they're back. All right, they just had a hiccup. All right. Did you get to meet any comedians you admire? Yeah. Well, once again, George Wallace. He's Mr. Las Vegas. Um, but also when I was doing the LA Comedy Club, I got to meet a guy named JC Carias, and that guy is fucking hilarious. I suggest looking him up. I did a little test of the live stream a couple of days ago, and I played just all kinds of JC Carias stuff on there. He has stuff where he's where he's on acid talking to a wayward woodland owl, and it's pretty goddamn funny. So JC Carias, Currias, if you guys are interested at all. Okay, so in the original movie, Ash wasn't much of a hero either. Scott acted more like the hero at first. This is true. And then in the second movie, Ash took Linda up there to murder her. That's my theory, at least. If it's an actual sequel, he took her up there to murder her. Yeah, actually, yeah. Ash was a bitch in the first movie. Like a like a balsa wood shelf set fell on him, and he's like, "Oh God, it hurts." Couldn't get up. Yeah. But I saved everybody at S-Mart. Tad likes to say that I don't save anybody. I saved the entire S-Mart crew, so F you, Tad. 2 minutes. All right. We're getting close. Ah, most memorable night doing stand up. Let me see. Ooh. Oh, it has to be the night that we did um, live from a noisy restaurant over at Asmara. I got to do a full half hour, and then I also did a bit with another comedian before my set, and it actually went really well. Like Rob Harpus came out. Tony, you were there. Tony came out, and yeah, it was a really fun night, and everything hit really well. It was I was kind of on. I think that's a good thing, is being able to do more time, because when you're doing like 10 minutes at a time, yeah, he remembers that. That's right. That was a fun night, right, Tony? All right, but when you're doing like 10 minutes at a time, you just barely get over the nerves, and then you're done. So when I got to do 30 minutes, it was I got to like really get into the skin of it for a while and relax and have fun. It was pretty cool, he says. I agree. It was pretty cool. All right, we have very little time left, less than a minute. Oh yeah, thank you, Stephanie. Thank you guys all for coming out. Thank you guys all for watching. I'm gonna push it after I start this and see if I can get other people to actually watch it on this new link that sucks. All right. Okay, so it's 8 o'clock. I better start the damn show. Thank you guys, and I'll keep chatting with you on the board, but you'll just hear me typing. All right, here you go. You ready? And action.
Why do bats have eyes? Oh shit, man. We gotta look at the bright side of things. It's gonna be a really good year for comedy. You guys remember the Bush administration? Right. That shit was hilarious!
What an awesome thing to study is comedy.
What got me into comedy is I have no other marketable skills whatsoever.
I lost a whole front table the second I called Jar Jar Binks a Jamaican retard.
I have wanted to do comedy my entire life.
All right, I'm here at Legends Sports Bar and Grill.
If you want to be a great comedian, you got to work hard.
It's something that I have to get really good at.
I just don't want to get a day job.
Right here, he travels all up and down the strip. I want y'all to put y'all hands together right now, dude, for Strangling motherfucking Jack!
The name Strangling Jack, I have no idea where it came from. It's one of the mysteries of our time.
Strangling Jack, I mean, is that a name for a comedian?
I love the Strangling Jack.
Yeah, what idiot names himself Strangling Jack?
Sometimes behind his back we call him Struggling Jack.
Strangling is the name for a comedian.
Strangling Jack is one of the most talented comedians that I've ever had the pleasure to work with. If he just would stop being such a douchebag,
I think he's a terrorist. I don't care what terrorist he is. I don't care what his cause is. I just want to contribute to Strangling Jack. Turns out he's a fucking comic.
Her name was Lola and she's a transvestite.
I'm trying to give to a terror organization and this bastard took my money.
My buddy Ryan told me that I was named after a wrestler.
it was just a made-up wrestler name.
I asked him years later, like, what's this wrestler? Because I could never find the guy. He's like, we're named after a wrestler. I'm like, well, what? You fucking told me that.
It was just an easy pun.
What actually happened was he got high as shit and doesn't remember how the fuck the name came up. This is my third set. First night though, I did the fucking dive bar. Who has done the dive bar? Holy shit with that place, oh my god! My first night was at the dive bar. The dive bar is a special place. That was like the bar from Deadpool. It was the bar from Gremlins. You remember that shit? Just hanging from the chandeliers and shit? The people were multiplying in the corner with water. There was a Russian guy with tattoos up front. There were hecklers. Actually, that guy, I think he's actually part me. He's like a, shut the fuck up.
Most people's first time doing stand-up happens in an open mic.
My first night went kind of crazy.
I had about 17 minutes of cool stuff.
You start thinking of Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor and John Witherspoon. You think of all these people, Stephen Wright, who you admire, who do stand-up comedy. I'm gonna be one of these guys.
And the first 4 jokes I told were had to be there kind of stories.
And then you get up on stage and like, I'm not gonna be one of those guys.
Nobody really laughed at them because they weren't there.
I forgot half of the shit that I was gonna say.
Let's see.
I just couldn't think of what I was gonna say next.
I forgot all my fucking jokes. Yeah. I fucking knew this would happen.
I froze up, and that's a good thing to see, is me freezing up in the first fucking video.
I bombed really, really bad when I first did this, and it actually was the best thing that ever happened to me. Not only did I bomb, but we actually were made fun of by the MC.
The dive bar, while it's a crazy place, it's actually the kind of bar that you really need as a comedian, because it's the one that's going to toughen your skin up and get you to deal with hecklers, get you to deal with bombing.
I did my first mic, you know, 6 years ago or something like that. I watched the open mics probably like 20 times, and then one day I got hammered and was like, I want to sign up! And I don't even remember what the fuck I talked about. It was terrible, you know?
So the first night over at the dive bar, it went really bad, but I did get one good laugh in.
Few people know that apart from being a powerful force in Hollywood, actor Keanu Reeves considers himself to be a bit of a philosopher. I'm Morgan Freeman. I'm a 70-year-old black man with chocolate chips on his face.
It was a great first night because that's the kind of like extreme situation that is going to make all the others a little easier.
Even on my worst day, if I think I have a bad show, I always think to myself, it's never like that one show. So it's kind of like I always have that.
My comedy background is fairly extensive. Goodness.
Strangling Jack is like one of my dearest friends. We were both improv brothers with the Swinging Johnson brothers back in Southern California.
They can barely afford substandard healthcare.
The Johnson brothers were originally birthed out of this really crappy theater in Colton.
In high school, I started getting into improv, which is fucking terrifying. I went up there and made a fool of myself, and so I was frightened of it. I didn't go back for 2 years.
That's great.
Oh, thank you. I worked very hard on it for like 2.5 hours. Really? Yeah, no, I actually only worked for like 12 minutes. I have ADD.
I continued with improv all the way through college, and then we ended up forming the Swinging Johnson Brothers at a theater in Colton, California.
Swinging Johnson Brothers.
We also performed out of, I mean, like, almost every venue in Riverside that would accept an improv group.
And the Swinging Johnson Brothers lasted for about 12 years, from 2002 to 12 years after 2002. 2014? Is that it? Is it 2014? Is that math?
It was the origin of Big Sexy. After the third performance with the Swinging Johnson Brothers, you have to choose a Johnson name. I landed on Big Sexy Johnson. It's always just been Big Sexy Johnson. People think they call me Big Sexy because I have a big fat penis. But that's wrong.
If you do comedy, even bad stand-up, they'll give you stage time. We came at it a different way. We did good stand-up style improv that was fast-paced and crowd-centric and high energy.
It's about to get funky in here. That's right, it's gonna get hot, because we're the Johnsons. It's gonna get so hot that I'm gonna make eggs in the small of your back. And then I'm gonna take jam and I'm gonna rub it all over my hands. I'm gonna put my hands on you. And I'm gonna... Or we might do a comedy show for you.
Because we were so big and we had such a weird internet following that the other stand-up guys didn't have, we were immediately accepted into the improv.
Big hand, everybody, for the Swinging Johnson Brothers right here.
We were knocking it out of the park doing live shows. We were funny over and over to the point where, I mean, some people just called to hang out.
You wanted to be a part of them because they had so much fun.
People just wanted to be a part of it. It was a weird energy, man. It was like just awesome. It's how I met my wife.
That led to us making sketch comedy.
One thing we figured out is if we recorded this stuff, it lasts forever. And digital media had just broken into the house. People could just then buy enough equipment with just a regular salary in order to technically produce a movie. We started doing these sketches immediately.
They're not going to give you anything if it's in Spanish. Yeah, that's better. Okay.
No parent should ever have to outlive their child. We can rebuild your child a loved one in one of 3 classic positions. Playing catch in the front yard. Listening to one of Dad's stories. And of course, praying.
Do you like donuts?
Oh, I love donuts. Are you kidding me? I'm a cow. Donuts, I love them.
We did a lot of productions.
And they were doing video productions and movies and skits.
That ended up leading us to making a movie, a full motion picture called Driving Bill Crazy.
Still bankrupt from that motherfucking thing.
Oh, the Sweeney and Johnson brothers were also screenwriters. And they eventually wrote this movie, a full feature movie called Driving Bill Crazy.
That's Bill. He's our next project.
The first thing they had me do was this little skit. I was a big bad wolf in a dream sequence that the main character Driving Bill Crazy had. And it was probably one of the most fun things I ever had filming.
Our movie had 200 actors, 73 locations. We didn't go small on anything. We didn't pay anybody. Nobody had any money to pay them. We spent all of our money on the equipment to make the movie to begin with.
If you only knew how many times I've killed you in my mind.
Time came to film the actual full-length movie, and I was playing a detective. I got to interrogate Jonathan Johnson. I got to slap him around, and probably one of the best shot scenes in the movie, in my opinion.
We have confirmed reports of you making terrorist threats.
Confirmed.
We found experimental medication on your person.
All of our costuming, we had to borrow from this costume store.
We worked out a deal with the local costume house to where they give us all the costumes that we'd need to make the movie, but we had to make a DVD for them.
We ended up producing an entire exercise video for belly dancers that are belly dancers.
Come on.
Okay. They're morbidly obese belly dancers, and this is a disability situation thing for them that I can't do this. I sat through so much footage of these belly dancing ladies. They're so nice, but man, it was a long project.
Fuck it.
Best years of my life. Johnson Brothers making the movie. My son is in my movie because of the Johnson Brothers.
He was like an improver and did all this other crazy shit for all these years. Then he just decided to quit doing that and just jumped feet first into stand-up, which is fucking nuts.
Last night I did the Baja Grill. Anybody do the Baja Grill? Baja really helped me open up because it's such a supportive atmosphere. This is much more what I'm used to. It's a usual comic crowd. We got about half white, half black. Right? We got the. I thought we had the token Asian, but we don't. He's just another funny Mexican. The problem with it is we forgot the camera. They shouldn't give me the Matrix because I would have made it a comedy. Like the first thing I do is give him like a comedy sidekick. Like someone else from the drug culture, like Owen Wilson. Maybe be like, I know Kung Fu. Hey, I know Kung Fu too, man. Asian guy lives down the street from me. Real nice guys teaching me karate. And no one does an Owen Wilson impression. Because of that, I've tried to force him into all kinds of sketches. He was in Hollywood Nights, where he plays a witness.
The guy was like, hey, can I have your autograph? He was like, no, but you can have a bullet. He didn't actually say that, he just shot him.
In the Petty File, I got him being a foot fetishist as Owen Wilson.
It's great for me, especially because I've got a foot fetish.
Petty File, a file for the feet.
The best one was his suicide press conference. So about a decade ago, he slit his wrist. You know, he was hanging out with Courtney Love's people. He was in a bad way.
I've got a small box with a lot of different prescriptions. That's why I don't have to inconvenience myself by having to go to a doctor. And you know, there's some that are actually test drugs that like my buddy over at UCLA, he gives to me. He just says, hey, I don't even know what this is. It's got a number on it. It's really weird. And I take it.
It was horrible. It was like the meanest thing ever. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. That's not. We forgot the camera, and so we just have shitty, grainy, standard definition cell phone footage. Which is a shame because I had a good time over there.
Strangling Jack / Keanu / Morgan / that was fun.
The type of comedy that I'm probably most famous for is impressions.
Strangling Jack, he's an impressionist. He does anybody.
It was my time.
and pay for. I just don't get it. Imagine my surprise. Are you high right now?
I love impressionists, man. I have a lisp. Every time I do an impression, the character has to have a fucking lisp, okay? Scooby-Doo with a lisp. Sylvester Stallone with a lisp.
That's my name, don't wear that, you know what I mean?
The weirdest people have got to be impressionists, man. They're fucking bizarre.
One of my first Halloweens that I can remember, I was 8 years old and I played Jim from Taxi. So Christopher Lloyd, like, whoa! So that little 8-year-old boy, they're like, oh, nice little hobo. And I'm like, I'm Christopher Lloyd. And they're like, what the fuck just happened?
Strangling Jack played Ash in Evil Dead the Musical. And I got the job.
Oh, he headlined that Evil Dead thing, right? I heard good things. Yeah.
The fact that he plays Ash is one of my proudest moments.
Since I came to Vegas, I haven't done, I don't think, any improv because I got cast in Evil Dead the Musical.
What the fuck was that? It's Evil Dead!
You need to audition for this role, so get your headshot, get your song together, come sing and do this shit. Because I need you to be in the show.
My buddy said, I know a guy that'd make a great Ash. I'm like, I'm not gonna get it. They actually really like me for some reason. Weird. Playing Ash, putting a chainsaw in my hand, killing demons, and singing songs about it. It is the greatest gig I've ever had. I love it. I buy all the shirt. I've been watching it since I was a kid. I saw Army of Darkness in the theater.
You know what you're about to see tonight?
Yeah. I've seen the movie, but I've never seen the
That doesn't mean anything. You know nothing of the horrors that you are about to experience.
Fucker looks like Bruce Campbell. Can I cuss in this thing?
Yes.
Okay, this motherfucker looks like Bruce Campbell.
I typically don't do a lot of like theater.
As far as I knew, it was the first time he had played a big major principal role that wasn't on film.
But I had to do this.
But I knew he'd be perfect, and I knew it. And so, you know, I'm a genius like that.
Groovy. The Stateside Lounge, that was my favorite of these last 3 nights. I like the ambiance here. I like the lighting. I mean, this what's up? This is the only part where, like, I can tell jokes and retain my anonymity. Like, I feel like I'm in the witness protection program. The host of the Stateside Lounge is Melvin Washington, and that guy's hilarious.
Now I'm gonna do some jokes for you. If y'all want Melvin to do some jokes, make some noise in this bitch.
Yeah! He did a lot of physicality.
Y'all ain't never played T-ball before when the nigga hit the...
People were comparing him to LeBron James.
I'm getting tired of people calling me LeBron James. LeBron James, really, motherfucker? Have y'all seen LeBron James' hairline, motherfucker?
He did like a dribbling thing.
Y'all ain't never been in Walmart, motherfucker, come up to you just...
Not a lot of the other comics there were like really using the stage, and he used it.
Fellas, who ain't got that salt and pepper head before you? Who know what that is? Oh, y'all some little dick bastards. That's when the girl grabs your dick with both hands and...
Melvin, what was this with the salt and pepper shaker? I call that the Indian burn. Was that shit pleasant? That would not feel pleasant to me.
Y'all put your hands together right now for Alex Jack.
Alex Just Alex was the headliner there. I've seen him a couple of times now. He's the host of the Dive Bar.
Alex, have you ever had sex with a big girl before?
Yeah, of course.
What was her name?
Which one?
Sadly, we didn't get a lot of footage of Alex, but he's a funny bastard too. I'm Morgan Freeman. I'm a 70-year-old black man with chocolate chips on his face.
Way to destroy my
I apologize, Mr. Alex Just Alex. just trying to be, no, just being Alex, just being Alex. He's just being Alex. I like that Melvin brought it back up.
At the end, I have chocolate chips on my
30 more years, you'll get the chocolate chips. Morgan Freeman and the chocolate chips. Sounds like a Harry Potter title. Morgan Freeman on the chocolate chips. By the end of the third night, I was feeling really comfortable. I ended up hanging out with Alex Just Alex and Melvin. We took some pictures, and then I did some like dancing with Melvin. Melvin's a cool cat. I have a feeling I'm gonna see him a lot more, and it's gonna be pretty fun.
In '87, Leno said, if you want to be a comic, you got to go on the road. Quit the cushy job, and I did, and I've been on the road ever since.
In the comedy world in general, there's a lot of tips and tricks, some kind of rules. When I come across those, I'd like to be able to share them on here, and they might be able to help somebody out.
Just prepare to work. If you're going to be a good comic, you actually work harder.
I would say just always be a student of comedy.
It's hard.
Stop!
I'm up usually 8, 9 a.m. Working, making phone calls, sending out my avails. But I don't consider it work because I love what I do.
This is not going to be glamorous. You're not going to go from Joe Schmo up the street telling jokes on an open mic to Kevin Hart overnight.
Just work hard. Just keep working those lines over and over and over again. Just walk up and down the street, you know, don't worry what people think, you know. Well, maybe your neighbors didn't worry about them a little bit. But just work hard.
Really, it comes down to stage time. Get on stage.
It's a lot of rejection, it's a lot of tough nights, but if you're really talented, stick with it. For me, it's about the art.
Find your niche. Find what it is about you that makes you funny.
Take every class you possibly can. Take improv classes, take acting classes, learn how to perform, use space work. Learn to write a fucking joke.
The more crazy you are, the better comedy you have.
Get on stage with a professional crowd. Get on stage everywhere you can. Go to a rock club, go to a jazz club, go to an urban night. Just get on stage, because that's where you're going to work it out.
I encourage all comedians to get out there and try to freaking do something. Anything. Even if it's a movie that won't make any money and will bankrupt you and your family.
If you're good and you're putting yourself through the meat grinder of comedy, I just wish you the best, man. Just be original, be yourself.
Tell the truth. Truth is comedy. Comedy is truth. And if you're true, it should be funny.
Get on stage, work it out, and get good.
I've gained so much just by being around people that, you know, have been doing it for 20, 30 years. So that's been, I think, the most helpful thing I've done.
I want to hire the best comics I can for the cheapest price. So get good. If somebody doesn't hire you, go out there and get so good that they have to hire you.
What you actually really want to say, but you're not saying, that's when you got something. That's the strongest thing. You know, that's the strongest thing.
Next show is going to be at the Motor City Cafe. We'll see how that goes, and then I'll be doing stand-up all week. And I'm just going to keep doing it until I get decent at it, until I stop saying until I stop wandering around the stage or pacing. I'm just going to keep doing it until I feel comfortable and until I start having fun.
My name is Brandon James, and I am a stand-up comedian.
Was there anything else that you want to say?
Porn. I do porn as well.
What's your porn name?
Brandon James. Yeah. Brandon. Yeah. Too obvious?
Mine's not Strangling Jack. It's Sledge Manhammer.
It's Sledge Manhammer. I was going to do my first guess. So
of course.
I'm glad we covered that.
Thank you.
It's the accident shot. I wrote it down. It's in my contract. If you don't, you know what? It's fine. We'll deal with this later.
All right. Okay, so I'm not going to replay the episode there. Thank you. Thank you, Ted. Oh, I'm going to turn off the audio on that fucker. All right. Thank you. I intend to keep kicking ass. God damn it. It's hard work. You can see it. You can see it in my face. Sledge Manhammer. Watch Driving Bill Crazy for more Sledge Manhammer. I worked that overused joke into that movie as well. All right, so that's it. Show's over. Hope you guys liked it. I'm gonna go home and sleep now because I've been working on this shit all day. When you watch the show's already up online, and you can watch it with subtitles because I noticed some of the people's volume was a little low and it pissed me off. But that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing I can do about it now. All right, so I'm gonna sign off. Oh, awesome job. Super proud, and I'm cheering you on down here in Texas. Oh, thank you, Christine. Stephanie says hi. It was awesome. Come visit, you fucker. I will eventually. Hopefully in the new year we can get out there when we're not so fucking stressed out. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see. Oh, by the way, it's gonna be next Thursday. Wait, Jen. Oh, that was awesome. Someone else watched that didn't chime in. All right. Well, thank you, Jen. And great to see you again. Thank you, Tony. I love you. I love you very much. Bye, Steph. It says bye. She says bye too. She's not coming on camera. She tried to get Yuki to watch and she left. Oh, I'm sorry. Yuki got all upset. She saw us and she got all upset and ran away. Yeah. Just like the last time. Okay, no one else is saying anything, so I'm gonna get the heck out of here. All right, love you all. What's that? Oh yeah, oh yeah. So the next one is next Thursday, and then the Thursday after that, then the Thursday after that, and the Thursday after that. So if you're sad to see the Orville go, well now there's another show that's basically the same show as the Orville, I think. Yeah, it's Cats Are Assholes. Aw, she misses us. All right, see you guys later. I'm actually getting out of here now. All I see is fucking cats.